Hello, good morning. Welcome to my weekday breakfast table. I can't wait to share with you some of the simple differences in breakfast between Canada and Brazil. Hello, I know I said good morning, but it's probably night or evening or afternoon or not morning when you're here, but I hope you grabbed a hot beverage. You can pause and go get one and just feel like you're on the table with me. But today, it is a very simple video. I just want to show a little bit of the difference in what we eat in Brazil and Canada for a weekday breakfast. This is by no means representative of everyone, but of things that my family does. Also, I know this doesn't look like I wanted it to look, but it's my first time sharing it. One of the things that I got for Christmas was this background stand that's even like a green screen. So I'm really excited. I think I'll have to learn how to iron. Whatevs. I think I can either do it or maybe I can be really nice and convince Luke too, because I think he's ironed in his life and I haven't. Shh, don't tell anyone. But anyways, this is, like I said, something like a really simple breakfast. And as I show you this, you guys, and then at the end, I'll just go over a little bit of my plan for my channel in the next few weeks. Let's get to it. The first thing, and to be quite fair, that's the only thing that I usually have for breakfast. This is more things that I prepare for Jesse, my son. But the one thing that cannot be away from any breakfast tables, and sometimes is the only thing on my breakfast table, is good old cup of Java coffee. I drink my coffee black, and this is like, can you see how wonderful and beautiful this mug is? It was a present from a very special friend. Thank you, Teresa. But yes, I do love Zelda, by the way. Not to regress or ramble too much. So this is coffee. And I realize my mic is too close to my throat, so I'll try not to drink or eat as I talk to you. And this is usually the kind of mug that we do have here in Canada. This is quite, as far as coffee sizes go, even if you're buying, this is I would say like a small to a medium. And just in comparison, I'm just pressing my coffee here, and don't worry, no coffee will go wasted today. And just as a comparison, this size mug here, I think you can see it's barely the size of my hand, is the biggest mug, especially for breakfast any time of day, that people will have in Brazil. So you can see biggest, smallest. I think that's quite a difference to begin with, right? And then one thing that is also, in my opinion, a big difference between Canada and Brazil is that even during weekdays, even during busy days, people will wake up earlier and make sure they have a proper balanced breakfast. In Canada, breakfast is very much like an in my experience, in Canada, breakfast is very much an afterthought or a convenience thing. It's something that you eat fast because your morning is already rushed, and they do a lot of like on-the-go simple foods. So, for example, in Canada, I think we should start with that. In Canada, one of the things that is very popular is cereal. So you will put cereal in a bowl, just have it, and by the time cereal is done, breakfast is done. And I don't like it very much because I find that a lot of cereals are really, really full of sugar, and you're gonna see that's a common theme. Another thing that is very popular here are some, you know, frozen or pastries that you just put in the toaster. These are Pop-Tarts. They're basically an Oreo that is made into like a pastry form. They also eat a lot of muffins and pancakes and waffles and toaster strudels that you just get conveniently from the freezer to your toaster. Not to say some people don't make them from scratch, they do, but it's just frozen breakfast items is a big thing here. And they even find sometimes wraps. I didn't make one because I'm out of tortilla, but they have wraps with egg and sausage or bacon and cheese or vegetables and sauce, and they wrap it up, they make it, and they eat as they go. As far as something that is very similar, is usually both tables will have some sort of juice. Orange juice, the difference is in here, because we never get really good oranges, the orange juice most times will come from a bottle. And in Brazil is freshly squeezed. As well as in Brazil, sometimes we will have different kind of juices. I don't even know if in Canada it makes sense to use the word juice, but we do a lot of aqua frescas. We blend fruit with water and some sort of sweetener or not. And we have wonderful tropical fruits. So usually you can have that for breakfast as well as bananas and fruits. In here is just what I have in hand. I have apples and oranges, but you can have, I think our family's favorite when we have fruit is both in Brazil and in Canada, it's melon. I like cantaloupe. So does Jessie, or blueberries or strawberries. This is just something that I quickly grabbed to put in here inside the table up for you. And another thing that sometimes both countries will eat for breakfast is yogurt. It's part of a balanced meal. One thing that is really popular in Canada as well is smoothies. So it's some sort of blend with sometimes protein powder, vegetables, fruit, ice, yogurt, you name it. You mix everything in, you take it with you as you go, and this is a complete breakfast. In Brazil, we will have some sort of things like that, but just not as elaborate. And you would typically not have a big portion. It will be a smaller portion to complement your breakfast. And we call it vitamina. But anywho, so that's that. For the proteins on a day-to-day breakfast, I don't know if you can see it here. So this is just to show a little bit of the difference. In Canada, they do a lot of bacon or sausage links, and eggs is also another protein that they have in here. In Brazil, every breakfast table, you might have some eggs, but in every breakfast table when it's set up, you will have cold cuts, and you also have cheese. I just didn't feel like cutting cheese because I'm not going to have it for breakfast, but you have some cheese as well. For the carb portion, one of the main difference, and in here I try to be like, I can't really get things, but in Brazil for breakfast we usually have fresh bread. Bakeries make bread every morning, so we get the bread and you come in. Sometimes you just eat as it is, or this is the closest I could find for what we call in Brazil French bread, but it's not really the same. And what I did sometimes you can do when the bread is not that new, you just butter it up and you kind of pan fry it. It's like a way of toasting it. So you can find that. And in my region, I'm from the Northeast, you can also find things like couscous, but our couscous is made out of corn, and tapioca, which is like almost like a gluten-free wrap. But I don't have those ingredients here. Maybe I'll post a picture right here so you can see what it looks like. Couscous, tapioca. And they are both delicious and both gluten-free, believe it or not. Then in Canada, a lot of people will have bagels or toast And like I said, some sort of pastry or things like that, or wraps. So that's that. And for the things that go on that, in Brazil is mainly butter and a kind of cream cheese called requeijão. But they also do a lot of brie and cream cheese like we find in here, which is more thicker. Jam you can find in both, but it's not that common to have jam in a Brazilian table. So in Canada, you will find butter, cream cheese, jam, and some people do enjoy peanut butter for their breakfast. That's that for a simple breakfast difference between Canada and Brazil. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're interested in seeing what like a weekend or a more elaborate breakfast table or order dinner or lunch differences, if you want me to make this a series, please comment down below and I'll make sure to plan that and do talking about planning. So here's the deal. I've been going through a lot of things at the moment. I am off right now, and so is Jesse, and I would like to take the rest of the week to spend this time with him before he goes back to school next week. And next week as well, my center where I work is still closed, but I was asked to work at a different center, which adds about a 3-hour commute to my day. So I won't be having a lot of time. So I don't want to commit to post 3 videos every week in January because I make content both in English and Portuguese. Is actually 6 videos, and that takes a lot of time. And after that, January, I have quite a few health exams as well to do. So I don't want to commit to do that, but what I'm going to tell you right now is that I will try to do at least 2 or 3 weeks in January of full content. And if I do post on one day of the week, I'll post for the whole week. And I'll try to get ahead and make as many videos as possible. But there might be 2 weeks in January that I'm taking off. It could be the next 2 weeks, or it can be a week here and there, depending on how much I can make videos. And I also want to take the time to plan my year moving forward, and especially my content, so I can be the best I can be for you guys, and I'm keep improving. So I would say that that's that, and I apologize, but you know, talking about planning, I am a spreadsheet and paper kind of person, so I have here my planners to plan my content themes, the content itself, my medical and work exams, and also for the first time ever for my reading journal, I'm thinking about starting a bullet journal. So that's going to be really exciting. So I'm all set. My plan for the rest of the day is finish this, do the editing so this can go up tonight, and then I'll play with Jesse. He's making a maze for me on Minecraft, and he wants to see if I can get out of it. And after that, just enjoy the rest of my day, listening to the diviners on my ebook, as maybe I start with at least the outline of those planners. But that's that, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want me to do a flip through of my planners when they are done, just comment down below and let me know that as well. I can make that into a video for you. Thanks so much for being here with me on my natural light, no makeup breakfast table before I even had my first cup of coffee, and I wasn't thinking about that. I should have drunk that before I filmed, because now you can hear if I gulp. Or maybe I can gulp and then cut it up. So, cut. Uncut. I feel like a different person already. Coffee is life. And in the words of a very wise Mila, do you know what's a joke? Decaf. She tells it better than I do. You know what? If I can find her clip, I'll link it downstairs. I'll link it down below in the comments. Like, you have to watch Myla Stauffer's coffee video. She's adorable. But anyway, this is what I have. I hope to see you very soon. Thanks for bearing with me. Please participate, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. And until next time, be the hummingbird.